It's really a question. We're having a topic about the whole Professor Griff and Zaza
Professor
thing.
Griff and Zaza.
I'm confused because I found an article online talking about how Zaza is half black and half white, but then their whole thing is like about, I guess, being pro-black, or they have, what is it, like a book, or they have a series of videos, or their whole thing is about how interracial marriage and things like that are bad, or mixing with other cultures is bad. Black person having sex with a white person, procreating, making a mixed race person is not good for the cause. I'm like, I just don't understand. So I told Gina about, I'm like, I just don't understand how you can be, how I said, pro-black, but also self-hating as well, in a sense. I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay, well, here's my thing. First of all, Malcolm X was pro-black, and he's mixed, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the issue that I like to say about this is that it's okay. You could be mixed, right? Like example, Blake Griffin. A lot of people don't know Blake Griffin is
Haitian.
black but Haitian.
Haitian. Okay,
right?
okay, he's Haitian.
But he looks like he's mixed black and white. His mom's white, his dad's Haitian, like from Haiti.
He looks, mixed,
But he identifies himself as black. The reason why people in this country identify themselves as blacks because this country is fucking hateful. This country is a hateful place, and this country has always told people if you have an ounce of black in you,
then you're black.
You're black. It's a way of basically showing that the purity of being white.
Yeah. But then again, I think too, it's like if I'm growing up around both parents, or let's just say like an Alicia Keys kind of situation too, I can imagine her, like, because she has a white mom. I don't think she really knew her dad very well. I'm not sure, but she has a relationship with her white mom, and I can imagine her being just, proud of being black, of course, but then also recognizing being white and not bashing her whiteness, or not bashing white people, or not going against mixed racial dating and things like that. The thing is that if I'm black and white, and I decide to procreate with somebody, I'm gonna be mixed racing anyway. Yeah. Just more.
Well, I think we got into that topic because we were talking about Professor Griff and Zaza Ali, right? He said she's mixed, and he's all pro-black, right?
Yeah.
So why is he messing with her? Because he's also all pro-bullshit. I got a real big issue with this man. I think he's full of shit. Period. Because there's nothing of substance that comes from this man. Think about this, guys. All he does is talk shit about black celebrities and their accomplishments. Do you understand what it's like to be a Kanye West or Jay-Z, or to some extent a Damon Dash, or anyone, and to have this man come out of nowhere and say, well, you did a blood sacrifice, you're part of Illuminati. So now what happens is he's turned your community against you because you're part of Illuminati. He started talking about Illuminati, and all rappers start talking about Illuminati as a defense mechanism. Because young kids are walking around saying, yeah, well, either they're saying, well, I'm part of Illuminati, dressing in fucking pyramid shirts with little all-seeing eye. Listen,
all-seeing eye, yeah.
If y'all can see, I got one good eye, one fucked up eye. I'm still not wearing that shirt. You know what I'm saying? You know? It's bullshit. So now, as a celebrity or someone who's accomplished, I have to go out there and say, I'm not part of Illuminati. Jay-Z even had to dress in a song.
Yeah. Just to let people know.
It's a lot of people that are fucking jealous. They're ignorant and they're jealous. And in their minds, if you're successful, you're part of the Illuminati.
Yeah.
And what that really means, by the way, guys, is that only people that are allowed to join in are successful. Basically, it's taking away the merits and the achievements of blacks. We allowed you to be a part of this. That's why it's so. Not because you broke down the fucking doors, but we allowed you to be a part of the Illuminati. So now it comes in two folds. Your community hates you, and then white people want to take responsibility for your fucking achievements. And then you got this motherfucker, Professor Griff, who's out there propelling that bullshit.
Yeah. This is a video.
He's propelling that bullshit. He's talking about interracial couples. If you guys take a look at this video, what do you see here? You don't know if Tami's mixed. You don't know if I'm mixed. You don't know if she's black or white. You don't know anything. But we identify ourselves with a culture. There's fucking car alarms going off. We identify ourselves with a particular culture. If you're black and you're white, if you're mixed with black and white, you have to identify yourself with a culture. You can either do like Lionel Richie's daughter and want to hang out with Paris Hilton all the time and don't eat, starve yourself, and thin yourself out and, you know, barely get the sun like a fucking vampire and try to look white, but they know you're still a nigger in their eyes. You understand? Or you could be all Malcolm X like and completely go against the whites. But I choose to be on this. I'm not mixed. I'm just straight black, right? But if I was, I'd be on the side of the victim. If you're so-called conscious and you're righteous, why are you on the side of the victim? That's why I don't hate gay people. I don't bash gays. Because they're being abused as well. Now, I don't want them to appropriate our movements.
Which they are.
Which is bullshit. With them, because you're not being hung because you're gay, you're being hung because you're black. Straight up.
It's completely different.
I don't want to hear about anybody else's plight but my plight. I don't say my Latin brothers and sisters. Because they don't say my Negro brothers and sisters. You watch Latin movies, there's still everybody who's on a subservient role is a dark person. There's overt racism in Latin America.
Yep. And
they try to hide it under the guise of multiculturalism. It's bullshit. Come on, let's cut it out. So, back to the black and white thing. You identify, in my opinion, I will identify with whatever culture I feel is a lesser of two evils and who will completely accept it. Here's the thing though, Tami. If you take a look at black and white relations, right, you'll notice something. If a light skinned person walk into a room, all blacks are like, oh my God, look at my light skinned brother. Oh my God, look at this beautiful girl with the nice straight hair. That's what they're gonna say about her. But if she goes to her black side of her family, or white side of her family, or a white place, quote unquote, she's immediately, okay, she's black. She's okay.
I'm black, yeah, maybe.
There's no ass kissing going on because this country's made them feel as if they're better than anybody. So, you so-called mulattoes out there, all these tragic mulattoes, all these so-called mixed people, listen, do what J. Cole does.
Tough. What does he do?
He accepts being black.
He accepts being black. Because
you're black.
But I think that it's true, like how you said earlier, as far as here in America, if you have an ounce, a little bit, a drop of black in you, then you're black. The melanin is just that strong. So it's like you almost kind of don't have a choice but to be black unless you identify just as something else based off of how you were raised. It's society, it's genetics, it's like a hereditary thing as well. So I can see that in a sense, but I think you should also not deny, depending on the circumstances of how you were created, like it wasn't a rape kind of situation, like how slaves were back in the day. If you were created out of love, you know, a white mom and a black dad kind of thing, then you need to accept that. No,
I don't think you should deny it. I think you should recognize it for what it is.
But then, just like the whole thing with Professor Griff and Zaza, you know, going against interracial, like that's where we're going.
Now, but you know they're going back on her now. Now, if you look at these, like I went on Dr. Boyce Watkins. By the way, I got issues with Boyce Watkins. I like Boyce Watkins, but honestly, I watch him because when Damon Dash gets on that show. Because I just think first of all, he's look, Boyce Watkins, you're a cool guy, but I think you're corny as shit. Because he's corny to me in a way because he's not engaging, which is cool, I get it. He's doing a great thing, he's a professor. He's like that corny uncle that you respect, but you're not cool with.
Yeah, you can't, Well, because he's not relatable. The difference between Watkins and somebody like Tariq Nasheed is that he's somebody that even I could relate to having
he's like a homeboy.
Been somebody that
he's like an older brother homeboy.
Yeah, he came up under certain means, under like harder times. You know, born in raised or born in like Mobile, Alabama, and then moved here and moved there. Family in Detroit, now lives in L.A. Watkins, all that I really know of him is that he's gone to prestigious schools and things like that. So I don't really know.
I'll tell you what I think about it. Since we're here talking about this, and I know we're going to different topics, right? I know you like to keep your videos short and simple, right to the point. And we're at the 10-minute mark. Here's my problem with Watkins. It's not like he's not relatable, right? Because what's that kid on CNN? He went to prestigious schools. Lamont?
D-Ray?
Lamont?
Oh yeah, Lamont Hill.
Lamont Hill. But he's mad cool. He's like a cousin.
Yeah.
See, the thing about us blacks, we don't have to
I
actually
guess
know
it's
you.
also who he was
We
raised
don't have to
around, too.
know you to appropriate ourselves towards you. Like, I could walk into a black barbecue. I'm someone's cousin. Not because I'm really your cousin. It's the love, right? Like, I went to a Haitian event down here in Mocha. It was the love. Like, when you go to some of these, like, Juneteenth, like you go to these things that they have in Miami Gardens, it's love, man. You walk in, everybody's, it's love. You, white people, like, dude, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because that's why they have, like, wedding crashers. We don't crash weddings. We having a celebration. Everybody's welcome. There's no crashers in our community. Boyce Watkins, to me, he's on the fence, right? So he worked at prestigious universities and all this other stuff. And by the way, he's a pioneer. He's a legend and a pioneer. I respect him. I just find, I had a particular video that he had with Damon Dash. And first of all, I love Damon Dash. So if you understand how much I love this man and how much I kind of like mold myself ever since I was a kid by just his personality, his attitude. And now my issue is, okay, maybe he could communicate better, right? But when you're just bold, you're just fucking bold. Like, I like Charlemagne the God too because he's bold. So I knew that they would clash at some point. But DJ Envy is kind of feminine to me, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't gonna work out. Boyce Watkins never takes a stand. He can't really take a stand. He's a politician.
He's talking about smart, but then again,
he's smart because look, I'm gonna give you an example. Boyce Watkins can interview anyone because of his intellect, right? Mm-hmm. But to me, Boyce Watkins looked like he got fed up with trying to fit in with white people, and now he decided, okay, I'm gonna do it to black people. Were you rejected? Is that what happened? That's cool because we welcome for what you're doing, but there's a lot of dumb, smart motherfuckers out here that will listen to Boyce Watkins. What's that guy's name again? I have an issue with him too, by the way. I like him, but he's a smart, dumb nigga who's saying words that don't make sense. Kevin Gates is mad cool, but he's, to me, by the way, this is my opinion.
The rapper?
Yeah, you ever heard his interviews?
Yeah, no, I don't. No.
You gotta watch it, man. This guy goes like
something about
he could never take a stand on anything. When they asked him about Michael Brown, this man said, "I was in there. I can't make a comment." The fuck are you talking about, man? So my thing with Boyce Watkins, I need to see you take more of a stand. Now, listen. Here's the thing: if this video gets popular, these people are gonna try to find out who I am, diss me, talk shit. That's fine. To the original point, we're talking about mixed couples. When I made my video about Zaza Ali, it wasn't really to defend this woman. I don't know her. But more or less, she's still a woman. And if we're supposed to build our community, we can't build our community by alienate our sisters, right? Our women. In any type of format. If you don't have respect for women, dude, you're built... A guy like Professor Griff, Brother Polite, and I'm going to throw in this fucking guy. What's his name again? Tami Sotomayor. These guys make a living bashing black women. A guy like Sergeant Willie P. That was the first one. I don't know if you remember him. Mm-hmm. He was the first one. He didn't have a picture of this coward. It was just a sergeant sign, a silver, a orange sergeant badge, black screen, and he's going off on black women. Mm-hmm. But your mother's a black woman, so. At what point did a black woman, it's like the chicken and the egg, at what point did black women
maybe at this point, especially with all these men having black mothers, do you think it's because at a time they couldn't say these things forthrightly in front of their mom or to their mom? So now they're using the YouTube or video, whatever platform to air out their grievances and their gripes and things that they've had with their mother, who may not have raised them because the thing is that if you're bashing black women, I think it's something about your mom that you probably that you probably have a problem with. So at this point, now that you're older, you're an adult, you're not necessarily addressing your mother, but in a subconscious, indirect way, you are.
That's true.
Because it's like, why? There's really no need to. I think that people are influenced on positive reinforcement as opposed to look at what you're doing. You know, you hair-headed, like hooligan kind
yeah,
of thing.
hair-headed hooligan, BT 1000. That's what this guy's called.
Oh, really? Yeah, no. So it's like, what is, it's not very conducive to improvement when you're putting me down.
I'm glad
That's
you said,
like, this guy is a boss and he's a boss and he's a businessman. I'm trying to be a boss in my own way too.
Well, you're a businesswoman
but
as
I
well.
know, yeah, I'm very business, like you can call me a businesswoman, but
You don't know what
from
she is
the
back
things
there,
that
but-
but from the things that I've learned, from the books that I've read and from the mentors and
She's a
things
boss,
that I've
too.
had, positive reinforcement is more effective than it is negative. So it's like I have, like I have an employee, but if I'm bashing her and if I'm like the devil wears Prada in her ass all the time, I'm not exactly sure if she would be as productive as I'd like her to be if I were to instead be more like, okay, you're doing a great job, you're doing great, wonderful, everything is going good, great job, great, you're doing good. So it's like, why, like if you were really truly wanting improvement of your people or of your women,
that's a great point.
Why come at me and like oh, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. Show me better examples.
But here's the thing though, they have Tami.
Show me good examples. Let's go to Tami real quick. Uplift me.
Let's go to Tami real quick. What woman wants this fucking guy?
Why women?
Thank you.
It's
dumb women want this guy.
White
Insecure
men
women.
Russian women. Insecure
The Russian
women.
woman was cheating on him with a black dude.
See,
He went home and she was knee deep. This guy had there was ball juice everywhere, man. Like this. Tommy, you're a fucking cornball, dude. Let me explain. Somebody was fucking his girl, Lana. That Russian bitch she had everywhere. Lana, there's Lana.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. It's Tommy Sotomayor.
So
like this
I
fucking
think,
cocksucker.
So
come on, man.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they have. It's not a
gay.
hatred.
Tommy, you're gay.
It's not a hatred.
And you're gay in the worst way, by the way. Not like you're gay because you're homosexual. I don't want to bash homosexuals, but you're gay because you're just unhappy with yourself.
I don't think it's a hatred for black women. It's
What?
just that they're not.
With
Well,
Tommy?
no. It's like they do, but then again, no, they're doing it under the guise of, look, I love black women. I'm just showing you, tough love. This is not Judge Mathis.
Can I tell you something?
Like this is real life, and women get offended as opposed to being uplifted. This is why women love Beyonce, because she's not over here bashing black women. She's uplifting us. She's relating to us.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? Men are the protectors of their communities, right?
Yeah.
But women are the creators of the community.
Yeah.
You're attacking the creators of the community.
Yeah. And that's what they want to do. I guess if that's what they want to do.
They're bashing these women as if these women are... Listen. Okay, there's whores. We know that there's a lot of women are whores. There's a lot of men that are just pieces of shit. That's life. But... these so-called conscience brothers, here's the problem though, with a brother like Brother Polite versus Zaza Ali. That should have never been aired out.
Okay, yeah.
A brother like, what's the guy's name? Professor Griff. That should never been aired out. We expect that fuckery from Tami Sotomayor. Mm-hmm. Tami made a living calling black women BT 1000s, beasties, like Beasties Back, that song.
It's funny.
Calling black women hair-headed hooligans.
I love that one. And the thing is like,
crazy.
For me personally, I don't have a problem with somebody like him bashing black women, because the thing is like, thank you. Let me know how you really feel. I'm going to avoid you.
Exactly.
So I have no problem with these kind of guys saying what they have to say, because I'm not going to deal with you.
Here's the thing though. People like Tami, Professor Griff, they're creating now an atmosphere. Sergeant Willa P. They're creating an atmosphere in which we got a generation. I'm telling you, 5 years from now, if these guys keep growing, 5 years from now, we're gonna have an epidemic of gay black men. And
it's already
it's not an epidemic in terms of like it's wrong to be gay, because I know it's gonna about to go down. We're gonna glad and epidemic of men who don't understand their role in a society. Period. Because now you have all these guys who are being raised. Look, I don't give a fuck. If you're raised by a woman, you're surrounded by women, all you know is women, you're going to have women gestures and shit, you know what I mean? You're going to, all types of, you know what I mean? Like, what's that thing? Whatever the fuck. You're going to be doing all that type of shit. Because you don't have a male figure. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. So when you got a guy like Tami Sotomayor who's reinforcing that, I've never seen a video of Tami where he doesn't talk bad about black women.
Because he's upset.
There was a hailstorm.
He's upset.
There's a hailstorm, and that's a white thing, right? It's like white snow, hail, whatever.
I think that
Somehow
maybe,
a black woman caused it.
I think another thing too is that like maybe he's upset because of the image that he had of black women growing up is not what is real to him today. So maybe he did have.
We
great
might have to do another
examples.
video dissecting this son of a
Okay,
bitch.
yeah, because we're talking about all kinds of stuff. Anyway,
Because
don't be black and white and then just be bashing the white and stuff. That's the
So
whole
that's your
point of
stand.
the
Here's my
video.
stand on that. If you are black and white, first you need to understand the dynamics of both cultures. Now you have a choice, and after you've learned the history of both cultures, and you've also learned your place within that dynamic, then you make your own conclusions.
Yeah, don't go telling people to not get in interracial relationships when that's how you were created.
Yeah, that's hypocritical.
Period.
I mean, is Zaza Ali saying this?
That's all I have to say. I don't know. I looked at this article saying that she did. She puts down
Well, she can help out with that cause.
relationships. And
First thing she's do is hang herself.
Yeah.
They will know if you're about that life.
Yeah.
Kill yourself. Sacrifice for that.
Sacrifice.
Do a blood sacrifice, as Professor Griff. Listen, fuck both of y'all. I don't like you or Professor Griff, but I'm trying to use this as an example to show people that Professor Griff's full of shit. He's full of shit. He does no substance, nothing. Tami Sotomayor, in my opinion, is more relative and more important because he's exactly what you don't want. He's an example of the piece of shit Sambo guy. We know that.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you on this corner right here. And then, at the same token, at the highest level, we have a guy like a Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Which to me, to be quite honest with you, if they came out there and said, oh, you know, Farrakhan is homosexual. Okay. I don't care what a man does in his private life. I want all homosexuals to have their fucking rights because they're humans. What I care about is how his politics impact the community. That's all. You got a guy like Tami Sotomayor. We know we need him. He's like the devil. If you believe in God, right? The devil's role is really he's an advocate. Mm-hmm. God sent him to tempt you. That's the true nature of the devil. Mm-hmm. The devil is not physically ever going to hurt you. Don't watch all these movies. The devil's throwing people across the room. He doesn't need to do that. He hurts you mentally because God gave you options, and the devil is trying to trick you. Mm-hmm. The devil never exactly told you what to do. He always makes you question the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So we got Tami in that sense.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy like Professor Griff, to me, who is the embodiment of evil, because this guy is confusion. That's all he is. Mm-hmm. We know Tommy's an idiot. He doesn't like black women. Tami, we know it. You don't like black women. He has several baby mothers, by the way. Mm-hmm. They're all black. He's left them. He's not paying child support. But somehow it's the woman's fault. Because his loser is always on the run. So that he's always on the run. That's how he's avoiding paying child support.
Wow.
He doesn't have a stable address. Tami, where the fuck do you live? He doesn't have a stable address.
He lives in that mansion.
That struggle mansion.
Everybody. Hey, everybody.
I think it's a wrap, man. We're going to wrap this up.
Thank you for watching, everybody.
It's your boy, Tom.
Until next time, everybody.
That fucking guy is full of shit, man. But I'm telling you, that Professor Griff is dangerous, man. He's a danger. Because anything you accomplish is Illuminati. Yeah. Anytime someone gets killed, it's a blood sacrifice. What the fuck? Okay, so where do we stand?
Yeah.
Professor Griff, if you could show me.
And how does the Illuminati affect me in my everyday life? Because it's like that's like like what is it, Skull and Bones and things like that.
I did a video about this.
And these private like the Masons, the Freemasons and things like that. So where does me, just as an everyday average American, how do I fit into this Illuminati stuff?
Don't.
How is it affecting me?
We don't.
And if it doesn't affect me, then why do I care?
Because you have a bunch of guys who are in the projects, who are poor guys. These motherfuckers are still rocking boots from the 90s, think they're true hip-hop, by the way. Mm-hmm. These guys can't evolve, right? Mm-hmm. So these guys will look at a guy like me and they'll say, oh my God, he does female hand gestures. Number one, I do wear sandals to the beach. Number two, I do know how to fly. Number three, I speak multiple languages.
Illuminati.
And number four, the Illuminati gave me this hat, by the way. Okay, these guys are dumb, uneducated people. I wish the Illuminati gave me a better eye. These guys are dumb, uneducated people. So they're listening to a guy like Professor Griff. You know, I had some kid walk into the office the other day. He's like, yeah, man, I'm so real. That's why I can't get a job. Because the Illuminati.
Because the Illuminati. All right.
Whatever, man.
There you go. Thank you for watching. Until next time.
Get rid of Professor Griff, please. Get rid of him from the community. He's dangerous. And Dick Gregory, Lord have mercy. We'll talk about you later, dude. When's he gonna die?
I don't know.
When are you gonna die?
So horrible.
And pass away.
Bye.